restricted.
I think we should do it.
There are very few people that can serve, as elected officials.
I'm going to call this meeting to order. Welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. And Captain John Slaughter is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Our invocation tonight's from Wendell Baptist Church, Mr. Errol Briggerman. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Let us pray. Lord, we just thank you for this great day you've given us. We just thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to give us to come together as a body of residents from this community. We just pray, Lord, for our commissioners as they go to the task of making decisions. We just ask, Lord, that you give them guidance, you give them wisdom, Lord, you give them understanding, and you protect them as well as we go over your business tonight. We just ask, Lord, that you watch over this group. We just ask, Lord, for your blessing on the decisions that are made. For all these things we ask in your blessed name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Do we have any adjustments to the agenda? If I'm a motion to approve the agenda.
Motion approved.
We have a motion to approve. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Public comment period. We have one tonight. Tracy Hicks.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I just wanted to report on the status of the Wendell Chamber, of things that we've been doing and things we're looking forward to. As most of you know, Eastern Wake News did a great article on our January 6th master calendar meeting where commissioners, the mayor, and different organizations from Wendell, we all got together and did a master calendar. I am still today getting more things to add to the calendar, so I didn't get it out today because I have to add some more, and my computer systems went down with the power outage this past weekend. So hope to get that out later this week, where each month it'll probably change and add more and stuff. So the plan is the last Monday of every month, we will send it out to all those groups of people. They can add, change, or whatever, and then we will send it again that first Monday of the new month. That way everybody can kind of stay on task of what's going on in Wendell. The second thing is that we got coming up is the second weekend in May is where the Chamber's going to call it the Spring Fling. There's lots of different activities that everybody's doing that weekend, but the Chamber is going to host a arts and craft show, or not a show, but more of a booth where people that offer arts and crafts can sell their items on Campin Street, and that's going to go along with, there's an art walk, there's bluegrass music at the square, so we're just kind of adding to that weekend. Our board meeting is next Tuesday morning, if anybody wants to join us at 7:30, but we're going along. The welcome wagon bags, we have put out 225 of them so far, and our next deadline is February 15th. Anybody that wants to put anything in the welcome wagon bags can. So that's pretty much all that's going on with the Chamber. If anybody has any questions for me.
Tomorrow night.
Yep, sorry, I'm so
That's
used
okay.
to. Tomorrow night is the last meeting where we scheduled where all the businesses for the Chamber, non-business members, people in the community that want to learn more about what the Chamber is doing, we are hosting a meeting here at 6:30. We had one last Tuesday, and I had 8 people from different businesses that showed up, and I had more that told me they were going to be here, but then they texted me and said, no, we'll see you next Tuesday. So I expect probably a full house tomorrow night. And we just go over all the items, from welcome wagon bags to the Wendell magazine, to the Chamber website, Chamber Master, Facebook, and what kind of classes people want to see so they can learn more. I do have some good news about the Wendell magazine. Zebulon did approach Mr. Robert Fox about publishing one for them, and he at this time has declined because he's got too much. So right now we are the only magazine in Eastern Wake County of that magnitude, and he said if we can get it to a certain level that I can also send it out to zip codes in Zebulon and Knightdale. So that's our goal for by the end of this year, by our 4th magazine reaching all 3 cities. So And if you haven't liked the Wendell Chamber Facebook, please like it, because my goal is 5,000 by the end of this year too, okay?
Does anybody have any questions from Ms. Hicks? Okay.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Do we have any adjustments to the minutes from our last meeting? If not, do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
Motion to approve.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Item number 3. We're going to hear from the newly appointed Triangle J Executive Director, Mr. Lee Worsley. Thank you for being here with us tonight.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, members of the commissioners. I'm Lee Worsley. I'm the Executive Director of the Triangle J Council of Governments, and I'm very happy to be here this evening, not to take up too much of your time, but just to say hi, to say thank you for your membership in the Triangle J Council of Governments, and to talk to you just a couple minutes about some of the things that we've got going on at the COG. But just for your benefit and those in the audience, we are a member organization. We cover 7 counties and the municipalities within those counties in the Triangle region. We have 37 member governments. We start in Moore County and go to Lee and Chatham and Durham and Orange and Wake and Johnston. We serve over 1.8 million residents in those local governments. We focus really on 3 areas. Probably the one that touches you the most, really 2, but one is regional planning. We do a lot of efforts with our local governments to do regional planning, whether it be transportation or communications or water or environment or many other areas. That's one area that we're very active in. We have a very robust member services operation. We do things like offer drug and alcohol testing services for your employees, if that's something that a local government wants to get through the Council of Governments. We convene a number of groups to talk about regional solutions and regional opportunities. The mayor was just at one of those, the mayor and chairs meeting that we had a couple weeks ago, where we discussed innovation, and at the next meeting we'll have a conversation about water. We just convened a regional chief information officers group, and you had representation from the town there. We host a emergency response committee where we have first responders from across the region that come together. They're talking about regional opportunities for training. They're also interested in talking more about how they communicate across jurisdictional lines. We also operate a foreign trade zone. We are the administrators of Foreign Trade Zone 93, and so if you have local businesses or industries in the area that you think could benefit from a foreign trade zone and getting duty-free sort of trading back and forth, certainly contact us about that. Finally, we provide aging services in the community. We don't do a lot of direct aging services, but we are in direct consultation with the counties that provide a lot of direct aging services. We provide grants through the Older American Acts to those counties. We monitor those. Directly, we have 5 long-term care ombudsmen that go to all the long-term care facilities in all 7 of our counties. We have over 12,000 long-term care beds in this 7-county region. And so aging and those issues are things that we see becoming more and more of an issue over the next 5 or 10 years. So just a little bit about me. I'm a native of Wake County. I grew up in Raleigh, so I'm really happy to be able to be back as the COG director. I've been a county manager, and I've worked in city government across the state. Commissioner Joyner and I were just talking about Appalachian State. I went to App State as an undergrad and went to Carolina as a graduate student, and just really happy to be at the COG. We've got a great staff, and if you need anything from us, just give us a call. So I'm happy to answer any questions, or if you need to know anything else, we'll be happy to get you the information.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Worsley? Well, thank you very much for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Item number 4, discussion and action on a zoning map amendment request to rezone 2.365 acres of land at 3000 and 3001 Wendell Boulevard from R3 to CMX. Mr. Bergmark.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the board. We had a public hearing on this rezoning request at our January 11th board meeting. No citizens came forward to speak against the request, and that public hearing was closed that same night. Both the planning board as well as town staff are in support of this request. You do have included as one of your attachments a copy of the order for approval, if you should choose to do so. And as stated tonight, you're being asked to discuss and take action on this request. And if you have any questions or want me to go back through any of the material, I'd be happy to do so.
Any questions for Mr. Bergmark? None? Do I have a motion?
Motion to,
Go ahead.
motion to approve the zoning map amendment request to rezone 2.365 acres located at 3000 and 3001 Wendell Boulevard.
Thank you, Commissioner Boyette. Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item number 5, discussion and action on a special use permit amendment request by Hepzibah Baptist Church to add a storage building to an existing facility at 1794 Wendell Boulevard.
Thank you,
Ms.
Madam
Rice.
Mayor, members of the board. We also had a public hearing on this item on January 11th. No individuals spoke against the request at the public hearing, and it was then closed at the end of the meeting. In staff's opinion, the applicant's proposal has addressed our concerns over the impact of the project and meets the general requirements for when a special use may be approved. If approved, the proposed site plan and elevations would be included as a condition of the special use amendment. And the action requested is that, is to discuss and take action on the special use amendment request at tonight's meeting.
Are there any questions for Ms. Rice? Gosh, y'all are quiet. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion to approve the request by Hepzibah Baptist Church to add a storage building to the existing facility at 1794 Wendell Boulevard.
Thank you. We have a request to approve the request, a motion to approve the request, I'm sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 6, review and approval of application by Ms. Peggy Lee Lockery to fill a vacant, unexpired position on the Wendell Appearance Committee.
Thank you, Mayor.
Mr. Bergmark.
This board is asked to review and approve an application by Ms. Peggy Lee Lockery to, again, to serve a vacant position on our Appearance Committee. Commissioner Ben Carroll served on the Appearance Committee prior to being elected to this board. Commissioner Carroll's term, the unexpired term doesn't expire until June 30th, 2017. So Ms. Peggy Lee Lockery has applied for the position and is the only candidate to submit an application to serve on this unexpired term. The board, if moved forward with this item tonight, may elect to waive voting by ballot, but are being asked to consider this request.
Does anyone have any questions from Mr. Bergmark?
I think Ms. Lockery would make a fantastic member of the Appearance Committee. Kind of surprised she's not already on there, actually, with all the work she's done. So I'd be in full support of adding her to the Appearance Committee.
I agree, honestly. I'm surprised she's not on there as well. Anyone else? Are y'all in favor of waiving the ballot requirement and just voting? Someone making a motion and voting, not do a ballot?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I get a motion, please, to,
Motion to waive ballot voting.
okay? Now I need a motion to nominate Ms. Lockery to, fill the
make a
em-
motion
vacant
to-
seat.
I make a motion to nominate Ms. Peggy Lee Lockery to fill a vacant unexpired position on the Wendell Appearance Committee.
Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. Item number 7, introduction and update by Parks and Recreation Director Jeff Pulaski on programming and activities underway at the Wendell Park.
Good evening, Madam Mayor and Commissioners.
Good
I just wanted to get you an update for the 2016 programming and activities that Parks and Recreation is going to be offering for this calendar year. Our daily activities include our seniors walking from 7 to 11 daily every morning. That is a safe place for them to come and walk inside. We have anywhere between 12 to 25 regular walkers every morning. Mondays and Thursdays include our tumbling class. Tuesdays and Thursdays is Zumba classes. Tuesdays is our new martial arts class that has recently started and has been very popular. Monday is a Pi Yoga exercise class. It's a merge between Pilates and yoga, and it's been very popular. She's been filling that room up every night. Mondays and Wednesdays, a new program that actually started tonight is dance. She's offering a jazz, ballet, hip hop, and a contemporary dance class. She was rolling in as I was leaving out this afternoon. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have the Wendell Running Club that meets downtown at 6 o'clock at Petey's. And we have over 30 members in that club, and they're running just over 5K right now. We have all over the board. We have kids, and we have some adults as well. The third Thursdays of the month is our jewelry making class, held at the community center as well. Tuesdays, the second Tuesday of the month is our babysitting certification class. The third Tuesday of the month is our first aid and CPR certification classes being taught by Daryl Hills. January the 16th through February the 27th is the Raleigh Little Theater class. They'll be holding their winter classes at the community center during that time period. And also our brand new track out period, which it just finished up last week and was wildly popular. We were wanting to host about 25 kids is what we were looking at daily, and we ended up being about 24. So we did very well and ended up with quite a few on some of those teacher work days. Our youth activities include T-ball for 3 to 6 year olds, our spring baseball and softball, which includes 7 to 14 year olds. Excuse me. Girls volleyball, which is 7 to 14 year olds. Summer basketball, that is a brand new league that we started last year, which the numbers were very good in that group. That's 9 to 17 year olds. Tiny basketball, boys and girls, that's 3 and 4 year olds. And a good time if you've had a bad day, come and watch 3 year olds play basketball. And then our regular basketball league, which is in the winter, which is where we're at right now, is 5 to 17 year olds, excuse me. Our adult leagues include church softball, church co-ed volleyball, church co-ed softball, and then our men's softball polar bear tournament, which Kelly hosts every year in November. This past year it was rained out after 2 weeks of attempting to get it in. New to the park is the 18-hole disc golf course, which has already become regionally very popular with pros and newbies. We have quite the regular group that comes out often, and I do get emails weekly with people coming as far away as Virginia, some coming from Charlotte, some people coming from Greenville, North Carolina. So people are traveling to Wendell to come play on our disc golf course. The dog park and the agility course, I can't think of a time that I've driven into the park in the morning or left in the evening that there's not a dog in there. Our 2016 calendar of events will be January the 30th, next Saturday. This Saturday is our indoor movie at the community center. February the 19th through the 21st is our winter green ski trip, and we still have seats available for that. March the 19th is the Pro Town BMX show downtown. April 23rd is opening day for spring baseball and softball at the park. May the 14th is the Bluegrass Picnic, which will be held downtown. June the 4th is going to be our big work truck day at Wendell Park. We're going to be inviting local trucks and people to bring in large machinery for kids to come and climb on, and people can tell how they work. August. We haven't got a date locked down on the August one yet. The rec board will meet next month and get that one done, but we're planning on hosting an outdoor movie night downtown at the Ashley J. Wall Square. October 28th will be the treat trail at Wendell Park. And Wendell Falls is also planning to host a movie night in October at some point, which they'll pay for, and we'll host out there. December the 2nd, we'll be inviting hopefully the ice carvers and the wood carvers to come back to our Wendell Wonderland downtown. And lastly, since we do have some newer members on the board, I just wanted to briefly touch on the PARTIF grant, which we received. We found out in October. The first phase of that has started this week. It was scheduled to start last week, but the ground was too frozen for the guys to start. We have the playground going in. It is a $130,000 playground, of which we are only responsible for $45,000 worth, because we did receive a second grant for that playground in the amount of $40,000. So that is going in. Bid packages will be going out at the end of April, beginning of May for the rest of the projects. We bid out the playground separately because we did receive that grant, which will include the quarter-mile walking track, games courts, paved parking lot, and lit, irrigated, and sodded soccer field behind the building. And so all that will be taking place within the next few months.
I have a quick comment. I don't know if you remember this, but other folks will. And I hate Commissioner Lockery isn't here tonight, because he was constantly saying we needed to have something every single month, as much as possible. And I took a moment over the weekend, and when I was looking at this, and the only 2 months that we don't cover now are July and September. And in July, the Historical Society has a real large event, and in September, that is when St. Eugene's hosts the International Food Festival. Right. So there is something big happening in Wendell every single month. Yeah. And there's more than this, lots more. But this is kind of hitting the high spots. And I just want to thank you.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Jeff, I have a quick
sir.
question for you. In regards to the classes you're offering.
Yes, sir.
When people were coming to the classes, how were they hearing about this? How are they coming to know about
We're
it?
posting it out on Facebook, and then we have our new newsletter that goes out every month.
Okay.
And then we're also sending things home through our mass emails.
Are you finding one thing to be more effective than the others?
Facebook, yeah.
Facebook, okay, okay.
And these are all drop-in classes. They're pay-as-you-go, so it's not like a membership to a gym. You pay
Okay.
$5 per class, so if you don't show up, you don't have to pay that week.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have questions for Mr. Pulaski? Well, thank you very much. Just real quickly, just so everyone knows, what we are doing is having an update from all the various department heads at our work session meetings to save time in our retreat, so that when we have our retreat, we can do some other things. With so many new board members, we felt like it was a good idea to give them some background information about what's going to happen, what has happened in the past, and stuff like that. All right. Item number 8, update on Town of Wendell 2015 holiday events. Ms. Piner.
Ms. Mayor, members of the board, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update on where we are and where we've come, and where Mr. Williams has come as well with the light show that he has in place. And this is something that he started back in 2002. He runs that through from Thanksgiving to New Year's Eve, and began at his home with over 200,000 lights. In 2012, Mr. Williams had moved the show from his home to the corner of 4th and Hollybrook, where now you see the cell tower going up. So he was there for about 2 years. Because of that plans for the cell tower, Mr. Williams and the town worked out the location there beside the Women's Club, and I think that has been a successful location. It's close to downtown, again, like the location at 4th and Hollybrook, but it's probably more walkable with sidewalks that are a little closer by, as well as right across and around the corner from restaurants. So I think that is working well for us. In addition, with the light show, there is the lighting of the square that's been going on for many years. This year, the town of Wendell took over the hosting of that event on December 4th. We continued from last year to add ice carving and wood carving, free trolley rides that came along this year that were popular. And so that's something we want to keep on doing again in the future. We also have gone ahead and are planning to reserve that and have that made available. I believe it's December 2nd. Maybe this year, but it was successful. We looked at giving out over 269 bags of candy that evening on December 4th. As always, there's things that we can do to improve. One of the things, as people are coming off out of the gazebo, talking to Santa, going toward the trolley rides, we said, oh, that's a good place for information, so that people that are not from here can know how to get to the businesses and the various events that we've got going on downtown. And as you know, we had events, up to the Baptist Church along the way. So we want to make sure that people don't think that that's it, and that we get them information about these other events that we have going on. So we're going to continue to work on that. Another thing is additional music, additional lights in the square itself, not only for that event that night, but continue and ongoing throughout the holiday season. Again, we are looking to see what we can do to make improvements. Just a little idea of where we have come. The very first year, there was a lot of expense there dealing with electricity. That's about $6,000. We are going back and forth around that $3,000, $4,000 estimate as far as what we're spending right now. We did last year spend, again, some electrical upgrades for the square and the Women's Club area, but again, that is something that we can use at the International Food Festival. We can use at the Harvest Festival. So it was money that we feel is well spent and was not for one event that happens for 30 days out of the year. Again, Mr. Williams has continued to expand his light show, again, bringing people from other areas, and he is in need of warehouse space. He is taking the display down at this time, and is in need of warehouse space unless something has changed there. And so we just want to make sure that we have an opportunity to thank Mr. Williams for what he's done, and that we want to continue to work with him and to improve this. And we feel that it is an economic development tool to bring to our community.
Does anybody have any questions for Ms. Piner? Comments? I want to thank you, Mr. Williams, for all of your hard work. I really appreciate it. I rode up there several times, sometimes in my car, sometimes in my golf cart. It was warm, was weird and warm sometimes. And I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed all the little kids and seeing how excited they all were. It was very exciting, so I appreciate it. And I also appreciate how flexible you've been. You've been in 2 locations, you've had several different storage places, and now you need another storage place. So you've been very flexible with us, and I appreciate that. If anybody has a barn or some space where he could store his equipment, it would really be greatly appreciated. We're in desperate need of it. So, thank you. All right, item number 9. Discussion and approval of the Town of Wendell Board appointments for calendar year 2016. Before we get started, what I was thinking is, if you look on page 2 of the of this agenda item, there's a sheet where we can fill in the different names of what things we're going to have, or what things we need to all choose. And I thought instead of voting on them separately, we could fill that in, decide amongst ourselves here who wants to fill what roles, fill it all in, and then vote on it one time if that's agreeable with everyone. Is that all right? I thought it might expedite things a little bit. I also want to go ahead and let you know regarding the Campo. I'm going to do the Campo, but I do need an alternate, and there is some financial information that you have to fill out if you are the Campo alternate or representative, because you are voting on some big things, and I think they want to make sure that you don't have a conflict of interest in any fashion. So, in fact, I'm not finished with it myself. So let's just get started. Oh, and one last thing. Ms. Piner prepared for y'all some information, and I believe Ms. Driver, about the town board committee assignments and when they meet and how often and stuff. And what I have decided we're going to do is go through at the end, or she's going to go through, and every time one of these meets, it's going to be on an agenda item at the next meeting. So come prepared to tell us what happened there, because it's really time for us to spread our wings. So we need to attend and be thoughtful and represent Wendell well. So, Campo, I've already been one time. I want to do Campo, and who would like to be the alternate to Campo?
I'll do it.
Okay. So,
Madam Mayor, don't we need to nominate you and vote on it?
we did that, didn't we do that at another meeting? I think we already did
Are we
that.
doing it for all positions or only the open ones?
We will be going back through and just making sure that no one, if there is someone that's on a current board that wants to stay there, to discuss that, but it is a reappointed, on an annual basis, so that these names can get
All right.
to those different areas.
So do we need to nominate me then?
That would be
All
fine.
Somebody nominate me to go to Campo. I've already been.
I nominate Mayor Gray for Campo.
Thank you very much. It is actually attended by mayors, so I didn't think I had a choice.
Well, Lafferty was our representative.
Well, it doesn't have to be the mayor, but in that instance, in most instances, it is.
And that is the case, but I believe that was, and the reason for that was that because of conflict with the work schedule.
Yeah. Okay, and we'll vote on the whole thing when we're done. Who would like to be the alternate? Do you still want?
Do we need
Do we need to nominate Commissioner Carroll?
Yeah, I'll nominate Commissioner Carroll for the alternate,
Okay.
just to make it
Ben.
official.
Okay, and the East Wake Senior Center.
It's okay. I'll nominate David, Commissioner Myrick for the,
David. And an alternate? I'll do it. Somebody nominate me.
Nominate Mayor Gray for alternate.
You better
East Lake
go.
Senior Center.
I have a lot of meetings. All right. The League of Municipalities. Commissioner Boyette, do you want to continue that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I nominate Commissioner Boyette to continue.
All right. John Boyette. And an alternate. We had no alternate before, so let's try to get an alternate this time. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
I'll do it.
I'll nominate Commissioner Carroll as alternate.
Ben. Okay, the Wendell Fire Department Board of Directors.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Joyner.
Mm-hmm, thank you. And an alternate,
We'll nominate John Lutz, excuse me.
I say it wrong all the time, I'm sorry.
I've been calling you Lutz for 3 years.
That's all right.
Triangle J Council of Governments. Do you want to continue
I'm
that,
happy.
Commissioner Lutz?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I'll nominate Commissioner Lutz.
Thank you so much.
Okay, and an alternate, John Boyette.
If someone were to nominate me.
I nominate
Thank you.
for
All right.
Triangle J.
Technical Review Committee, as previously Commissioner Lockery.
You can nominate me. Go ahead.
I'd like to nominate Commissioner Lutz.
Now, he's already, well, I'm not trying to not let you do it, but I feel like everybody ought to have one thing that they
Right.
have to do on their own. And Ben is just Commissioner Carroll is just an alternate, it looks like.
I'll do it.
I'll nominate Commissioner Carroll then.
Would you like to be the alternate?
That'd be fine.
Okay. Now, let's look at it and make sure that we have evenly distributed the responsibilities if possible. Okay. Okay, so David Myrick, John Boyette, Jason. Lutz. Okay, so it looks like all 5 of you and myself are the representative for one thing. And then there's Lutz, Boyette, Lutz, Carol. All right. Commissioner Carroll, you're the alternate for a couple things. Would you like Commissioner Myrick to do one of those?
You're all right with it?
Ms. Mayor, being the only person on the board that doesn't have kids, I'm more than happy to pick up any of those.
Well, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on now.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
more than happy
would
to
you
fill
like
in on any of
Commissioner
those.
Joyner to do one of those?
That'd be fine as well.
Okay. Will somebody nominate Commissioner Joyner to be the alternate to Campo?
I'll nominate,
That's just at the top. Or if you'd rather do a different one, it's fine.
I'll nominate
Okay.
Commissioner Joyner for alternate
All
Campo.
right. Okay. Fairly well, but I don't think you are an alternate anywhere.
You want me to pick up one of them?
See,
Either one. It makes no difference to me.
we just gave one to Jason.
I'm still alternate for 2 other ones, right?
You're alternate for, you head of the technical review and alternate for League of Municipalities.
Okay, yeah, okay. The league or the, our technical, no, he's the person for the, technical review committee. He's the representative for
Oh,
that,
okay.
not the alternate.
Who's the alternate for that one?
Technical
You
review,
have my alternate spot on that one
Lutz.
if he wants to.
okay, let's put,
I mean,
make a
Commissioner Myrick
motion.
To be the alternate on the technical review committee.
Okay, David Myrick. That's probably a good fit for you
All right.
too.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. All right, so everybody good? Do I have a motion to approve this list?
Can we get them reread from top to
Yes.
bottom one more time?
Okay. Campo, is the representative will be me, and Commissioner Joyner will be the alternate. The East Wake Senior Center, the representative will be Commissioner Myrick, with myself as the alternate. The League of Municipalities will be Commissioner Boyette, with Ben Carroll, Commissioner Carroll as the alternate. The Wendell Fire Department Board of Directors will, representative will be Commissioner Joyner, with Commissioner Lutz as the alternate. The Triangle J Council of Governments will be, the representative will be John Lutz, with John Boyette as the alternate. The Technical Review Committee will be Ben Carroll, with David Myrick as the alternate. The Wendell Transportation Plan, we already approved that a while back, but that's me. And the Audit Committee, I think, is already established. That's myself, Mayor Pro Tem Lutz, Town Attorney, the Manager, and the Finance Director. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the committee assignments as stated.
great. Any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Wonderful. Item number 10, discussion and approval of the budget calendar for fiscal year 2016-2017.
Madam Mayor, members of the board, this is something that we do each and every year, setting a schedule so that we can meet those deadlines as required by state statute. Again, as we go through this process, we have some dates that we have listed here. Again, we are flexible on some of those dates, and they can change if something does arise, but this is a place to start. We do try to hit those as closely as possible because it keeps us on track, but we do, again, have some flexibility. If anyone has any particular concern with a date, just to let you know, the one for March 22nd, we kind of looked at that. We were fluctuating back and forth. We moved it to a Tuesday night instead of further in the week because of the Easter holiday and people would start going out of town. So we moved that one back. There's the reason that particular date was selected. I'd be glad to work with anyone and make any changes that we need.
Does anybody have a problem with any of the dates? March 22nd, April 25th? May 9th, I bet that's a regular town board meeting. May 23rd. Anybody?
No.
All right, can I get a motion to approve the draft budget calendar?
Motion to approve draft budget calendar.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Item 11, discussion and approval to submit a land acquisition grant to the Clean Water Management Trust Fund. Ms. Piner.
Madam Mayor, members of the board, you have in your agenda packet, number 11, a map that indicates an area in blue describing 36 acres. The staff is asking for support of the board this evening to move forward with a Clean Water Trust Fund grant. That grant application is due the 1st of February. I'm hearing they may have pushed that back just a little bit. We would then complete putting this package together and submit this for hopefully future purchase of that property. We would not know if we submit that if we would get the grant until sometime in September. But it is something that the property is adjacent to the current park, and that we are interested in being able to extend trails into that area if at all possible. Again, we're asking for support to continue to move forward toward this grant opportunity.
Does anyone have any questions for Ms. Piner? Commissioner Boyette?
Having just received the Partif grant and locking up a significant chunk of money with that, is there any estimate for how much the town would be looking at in matching funds, if any?
Well, there is. One of the things that we have looked at is the funds to assist us for the other part with Wake County. And actually, I've spoken with them today, and that is something that they are in support of being able to do that. However, it would be approximately a 50% match. And the Clean Water would pick up that other 50%. So it is our hope that this would not be a cost to the town, or would be a minor cost to the town if we received awards from both entities, Wake County as well as Clean Water.
Excellent.
Any other questions for Ms. Piner?
Any motion?
Yeah.
Yeah, make a motion to approve the approval to submit a land acquisition grant to the Clean Water Management Trust Fund.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All in favor?
Aye.
Item number 12. We're going to receive an update on the town board retreat schedule. It's scheduled for February 20th of this year.
Madam Mayor, members of the board, this again is something that we're working towards since the last date was selected for February the 20th. We are looking at approximately, again, we've got some flexibility here, 8:30 to about 4:30. It may go faster than that. However, did not want to shortchange this opportunity as we move forward. Madeline Henley, who has worked with us in the past, will be working with us again on this process. We have reserved the conference room, the downstairs conference room at Wendell Falls. That way we can stay in the corporate limits of Wendell, but again, have a different venue so that we can work together. We are actually going out there tomorrow to look at kind of logistics of that and how it is set up. And we're excited about this opportunity to be able to meet out there. If you have any questions, we have sent some questions out, or any ideas that you have about retreat topics. We are going to start preparing that agenda now. We will be meeting with the mayor here in the next week or two and continue to work on that. We hope to finalize the draft agenda a week or two prior to the meeting. And that way we can get that out and refine that too, if you have any questions. But again, any ideas, comments, areas of interest, now is a great time. And I think, as the mayor said, we're going to try to work on departmental updates at the work sessions. And that way, because we could spend a whole day, and I get really excited about my departments, and I just start beaming because I think we've got really good leadership there and some great opportunities ahead of us. So I think that this is a great way for us to be brought up to date including the citizens as a whole, our commissioners, our board, because I like for you to see our department heads one-on-one and that face that so oftentimes you don't have a chance to interact with on a daily basis. So, again, any ideas, things that you want, please let us know, and we're gonna go ahead and start forming that up and hopefully get you out a rough draft.
If any of y'all have not submitted some topics or questions or things that you have questions about, please go ahead and take care of that, because they have a lot of research they do in preparation for the retreat, and we need to give them time to take care of that. All right. All right, let's have our commissioners' comments. We'll start with Commissioner Carroll tonight. Do you have any?
I would just like to say thank you to the town manager and staff for all the work that was put into the preparation for the ice storm, and then actually, right Friday and Saturday riding around, I saw all the employees out working and trying to mitigate risks, so that's a good thing, and just, again, like to say thank you for that.
Yeah, I'd like to also echo his comments too as well, of the staff and the town. I know Alton, his department did a great job, and it amazing how quickly it cleared up, so very good.
Yeah, same here. Thanks, guys. I know with the snow and the ice, it forces a lot of us to kind of slow down, but there's a lot of us also have jobs, police, fire, rescue, town workers that have to work in those conditions, so thank you for all your efforts.
I just want to point out, a couple weeks ago, I said that the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl. I stand by that statement to this day. Yes, the ice storm was interesting. It was a lot of work, as hurricanes and ice storms and things of that nature can be. I saw a lot of people helping their neighbors. I saw a lot of people inviting some people they might not even known into their homes, because some had power and some didn't. People have a way of coming together, especially in a small town when things like this happen. And so it's nice to know that this is part of that small town feel that we all strive for. So.
Well, at risk of saying the same thing for the fifth time, I'll echo their appreciation for the town staff working throughout the weekend to get power back on and make sure that the risks were mitigated everywhere we could. I did want to kind of more broadly speak to everyone that's here and the community at large, and encourage you to continue doing what you're doing. Over the past couple weeks, 2 Fridays ago, I had the opportunity to meet with a filmmaker that has got a funded feature project he's working on. It was a last-minute type deal, so he said, well, just show me what you got. And that was about as much notice as we had. So we rode around, and I pointed out various things from downtown businesses. We had lunch downtown, and everywhere we went, he was welcomed with kind of a recurring statement of, yeah, we'll do whatever we can. How can we help you? Yeah, we'll do whatever we can. How can we help you? Oh, yeah, it's my business, but anything I can do to help Wendell. And when he left that day, he sent me an email that said, you have a really vibrant community with lots of things going for it. So whether or not he decides to come back and film the project, which I certainly hope he does, it was a good learning experience for me, and it was good to hear from him. I will say I'm not as confident in my superstitiousness as Commissioner Boyette. I was quite excited about the outcome of the game last night. However, I don't want to talk about anything that may or may not occur in the future. And with that, I'll give it back to the mayor.
Well, I'm thrilled to death that the Panthers are in the Super Bowl, so that's great. I'm also thrilled to hear what Commissioner Joyner just said. It makes me really happy when people see what I see about Wendell, because I love this town, and it makes me happy when other people see what I see. For one more time, so we can make it an even half dozen, I really want to commend the staff about their actions during the recent ice storm. And Alton, I've heard so many stories. It would take all night for me to tell you all the things that I've heard about your guys and how they cleaned up and what they did, and I just really appreciate it. I feel like we really showed off our folks, and I'm really proud of them. I really, really am. The Public Works, the police, the manager cooked for everybody. I don't know if y'all know that. and, fed all of them so that they could continue to eat and continue to work. And I just really appreciate everybody pulling together. I also want to thank everyone for their patience, or at least doing the best they can to have patience with Duke Power. I know that there was a lot of frustration about electricity and who had power and not having it. And years ago, when my sons were much smaller, we didn't have it for 7 days. So I really understand how frustrating it is, and I hope that everyone's gotten it back on today. It was my understanding that they were wrapping it up. That's my hope. I've been out and looked at the playground equipment twice. I'm very excited about the new playground. I get real excited about things that are exciting going on in town, and it's huge and big and colorful, and I think kids are going to love it, and I cannot wait until it's up. I attended the Campo meeting last week. Obviously, I hadn't been put in that position officially yet, but I was tonight. But I attended last week because it is mayors that attend, and it was very eye-opening to me. We really need to get out in the world and attend things like this on behalf of Wendell, which is why so if anyone doesn't like it, I had the manager do it, to put it on the agenda. I want to hear what you learned when you were there, because I'm kind of holding people's feet to the fire. We've got to really increase our attendance. We need to be seen out in the world past our city limits, out past Wendell, so that we can foster relationships and things, and we can create some opportunities for Wendell. I also attended Carol Annett Realty's 31st Annual Triangle Real Estate Conference last week, and I've attended several times, and usually they go all over everywhere, and I don't know that we're even a speck on the map, but Wendell did get mentioned this time, and the only development that was mentioned was Wendell Falls. So slowly but surely we're getting there, and I was really proud to see our name up on the great big screen 5 minutes after the governor had been there, so that was really cool. Everybody stay warm, pull for the Panthers, and I need a motion to go to closed session.
So moved.
And make it come good.
Make it sound good.
Just give us the statute. I'm sorry, I should have
Make a
given it to you sooner.
motion to go into closed session tonight regarding to land acquisition, GS 143.318.11,
A5.
A5. Make it official.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion, okay, thank you. We're going to closed session. Huh? You can thank Miss Scoggins, she gave it to me. I found it at my seat when I came up.
Good.
She's like, she's very organized.
Yeah, I know.
She sends me little notes all the time.
Oh, does she? Good,
Yes.
good.
And usually the town attorney does that. No, he